Right. All right, all right, all right. It says we're live, so we'll believe it. Let me turn this light on over here. It's not going to do anything, but use some electricity up, I guess. Let me turn my iPad on. Hey, hey. Says there's another one. I didn't- How do I close this? Oh, there. So it's too wonky. It is kind of wonky, isn't it? Yeah, my tables. Did that straighten up? I made it worse. That messes with me, man. So sorry. I want to see it. I have a little bit of a lag. All right. There we go. That was too much. But right there. That should be it. Maybe. You see my table? It's almost up. What's up, Johnny? Rosie Flynn. Hi, Rosie. Mm, a little better, huh? Man, right there. Right there, I bet. Okay. So I'm going to wash my table off here, you know, and in case any dye's been floating through the air or something. You know, anytime you do, you get your head out of the way. Well, you put your shirt up there, you probably want to wipe the table off, huh? Of course, the angel shirt is amazing. Barely missed the live. Hey, thanks, Skater Tie Dye. I appreciate it. And I don't know if I haven't checked my Instagram, but make sure you give me a shout. You know what it's for. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it because I want to know, make sure that it's you if you do come through. Um, so, uh, man, why am I breathing so hard? Goodness gracious. But anyway, um, yeah, send me a message if you want that. All right. I have it hanging up. So I was going to, let me show you what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do, it's going to be somewhat of a little bit of an experiment. All right. This is the pleated prism fold. Let me throw it up here and see where we're at because I'm backwards. To me, this is right and this is left, but okay. Um, Man, it's a pretty good lag, huh? Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. There we go. So this is the pleated prism fold, and it's basically what I did one day is, when we have our shirt tucked in, sleeve in sleeve, I drew my arc. And then I thought when I had my arc right there, I thought, what would it look like? What would it look like if I made it a triangle instead of a round circle? So I drew, straight line up, put a little dot, went from this wherever my arc ended to, and I went, level with my shirt, put a little mark there, on the arc, and then that's where I intersected it and folded it, and that's what we came up with. That's what I came up with. Is this. I've always liked that fold. So it's an and it's actually feel like it's kind of easier than a double fan fold. So this is for one of my friends, and it should be pretty bright, yellow, orange, and red. Like if I just did tangerine by itself, it splits yellow, orange, red. So it would be really nice and bright. I put in between, I put black cherry on this shirt, and I did it way too much black cherry. So I want it to be a compliment, not, you know, I want it to complement that tangerine. Kind of see how if you can, you can see on the corner of like the feather. I always call them like feathers or like little, almost like arrowheads or whatnot. It's got a black. It has a dark tinge around them. That's what I'm. That's what I would love to have. You know, but keep my tangerine. So I want to. What I want to do is something just a little bit different. Okay. But I loved this fold. When I got done folding this up, oh, I was proud of it, man. That thing was like, it looked really nice. So I knew it was going to be good. I just oversaturated it with that black cherry. So I'm going to try to redeem myself for Donna, and she knows who she is. Uh, if she watches these, I don't even know if she does or not. She might not, but I'm going to go ahead and I wipe my table off. And throw my shirt up here. I am going to have to center my shirt, so I'll try to be quick about it. Okay. So I use my, if you see my stuff before, use these rifle cleaning rods. This is a, uh, this is an extra large Gildan heavy cotton. Washed it, hot water, dried it, and then soaked it in soda ash. Or you should do it for at least 20 minutes, but this was done overnight. Okay. I have to keep an eye on stuff because I do want to answer any questions that might come. But the last, no- the last couple videos, I've had people come through and be kind of rude. So I don't know if they're just coming through, they see a live and they come through and just, keyboard warriors and stuff. So I have to kind of keep an eye on it. Okay. So what now? Where's the answer for there? I need to, okay. Yeah. What did I miss? What is happening on IG? Oh, me and Skater tie dye uh, had a little. I wanted him to message me, and we can't do it here like privately on YouTube. So told him to get a hold of me through social media. Okay, so then let me keep that there. Anyway, all right. So this is just kind of that little dot right there is just a place for me to grab because it'll all kind of do its own thing anyway. I don't like that. I need to fix this bottom. I want them to kind of meet at the bottom pretty good. That way I know I'm a true center. There we go. Can you guys see the bottom of the shirt? Yeah, I guess you can because I have chat in my way. There we go. I like that. So you saw what I did. Draw a line on this side, draw a line in the center, right there. Step to the side. Make that straight right there. Grab that. There, so that stuff stays like that. I'm going to line this seam, shoulder seam, up with this shoulder seam. I'm going to stick the sleeve inside the sleeve, and I'm going to line these up. Sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes they line up pretty good. That's good. So my tags lined up pretty good. And then my dots right on too. Okay, bring these over. I should go ahead and try to get these, about where I wanted on the bottom anyway. And Steph taught me this one right for first videos. Pick that seam up, give it a little shake, and that helps get your everything down there. You don't have to shake it real hard either. Like that. Mess with this for just a second. Try to get this thing up. There we go. Okay. All right. Take my shiny heavy one, and this will help me get can help me to get my edge right there. I feel like there is a little roller. Oh yeah. See, man, that thing helps so much. Here. Does anybody know the guy's name? Steph, you might know the guy's name that started doing the dragon shirts, the Phoenix. They're called the Phoenix, and he's been around for a while. I can't think of his name. If anybody knows his name, this is that's who I got these rods off of. That was the idea. He was the inspiration behind these rods. I can't remember his name, which I know. And I have to take my chat down. This stuff. Kurt Wallace. That's it. Kurt Wallace. I was watching his right when I started. Sorry if I'm yelling because I have my headphones in, but uh, right when I started tie dyeing, I watched his videos, and he was using those, and they are have been a game changer for me. It's nice, a nice starting point. Okay, so man, I still have like a little bunch right there. I'm going to go up this single right here and pull that shirt out a little bit and see if I can't fill the gap right there in the middle. All right. It's it's bad. Okay. Anyway, let's get these out of the way. I should be done with this. Okay. So we're going to start our line. I like to have the because it is kind of like a little emblem in the middle, and you don't want it down on the stomach. You don't want it down here. You want it more up, you know, up here. So I'm going to put it right underneath the armpit. I'm going to draw an arc. And I've been on that last shirt I went, I used to stay kind of far out right here, and it's just, so I think it's too much. So I'm going to stay kind of close, depending on how far up here I lay. Let's not do that. That's a little too, let's go down a little bit. I'll be all right. So I'm going to go, that looks like a straight line right there. Okay. Let's use a green marker. And that was my center. It looked like it was, I didn't get that. Okay. So I'm going to put like a center line. And like I said, just draw a triangle. So I'm going to do intersect those lines right there. And that's where my line's going to come down. English is English is important, but math is importanter. Okay. So, you know, and that's where I'm going to start my turn because I want to do like 3 clicks, like beep, 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 and it kind of makes like a little, almost like a little fin that comes up. Okay, let me double check this. Kurt Wallace on the chest. Yeah, that's right, on the chest. A nice snap. Look how easy that was, folks. Yeah, right. That's right. English is important, but math is importanter. So, okay, so what we're going to do, and there almost every time I'll start going up and I have to undo it and do it a couple times. It's hard not to because this angle is weird going up the shirt to keep it all straight. And I like to have a chair and make sure you guys can still see it. Okay, you can, it looks like. Let me pull this over a little bit. Okay, my neighbor, I have to be careful. Okay. My neighbor who's an ex-Marine and buys and sells military gear. This is, just give me one. There you go, man. There you go. This shirt is actually a little on the damp side, and I really like it. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this line as straight as I can. And I'm not going to do big. And I did kind of learn that once. Like once I get going here, I can push it and I kind of keep that the right angle. Can you guys still see? Okay, you can. Good. And then just try your best to keep this line straight. It's easier said than done. There, see how you can kind of just use your palm and push if you need it. Let me get this habit. Go try it. All right. See, like I said, I'll be surprised if I don't have to undo it. Okay, and then another thing, work this end. Don't work this end. Let it go. Don't don't work it. So that's inside the triangle. Just let it go and let it do its thing. So I feel like once I get up here, I probably will have to. It's hard to keep these lines straight. Sometimes you can pull on this end and it'll keep you straight. Okay. Let's keep working it up there. I feel like I don't know. It's see how it's starting to turn on me a little bit. But I tell you, the good thing is you can manipulate your line a little bit. It's not the easiest thing to do. See? That's gonna that I'm gonna keep that right there. Um, Plus, once I just go up here and start making a turn. That helped. Okay. I can set this in. Does it make sense? Okay. I can how it will be. I know. I know stuff. Yep. You don't use it, you use it. You'll be right on it. I do feel like roles have been big in 2025. I know I did a lot. Yeah, they're hard not to do. They're really fun and they're hard to get good saturation on it. And I think that's why they're a challenge. They really are. It's an easy role, but it to get good proper dye saturation, it's not the easiest thing to do. Uh, and to get good flow and good splits and all that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna, at the bottom of this pleat, I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna turn it and see how it pleats up there. I'm gonna move this pleat over, and let me go a little more right there. And that's gonna be one of those like little thin like features, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing, let it pleat up on itself. And sometimes I only get two. So you see how I make that turn? I need to make this line up with that. So you can pull that over like that. Just exactly like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to pleat and make this line straight. So you guys aren't watching the Aurora Borealis? Can you guys see? Look at my man, I'm starting to lose my hair. Man, I gotta go get my hat. Oh, crap. That's hilarious. That's what probably why, because I wear a hat all the time, huh? That's okay, you know? Let me pull this down because daggone, that's up there. Get that centered in here. Johnny from Crazy Finger. Oh, right on, dude. Right on. I'm gonna rinse my I'm gonna, I'm gonna rinse my fingers off there for a minute because I feel like I've got some, speaking of crazy fingers, I've got I'm not so sure I washed the soda ash off my hands after I put them in the bucket and ran my panda spin dryer. My panda spin dryer, uh, it didn't break, but the handle came off, and I have to it like there's a chip in it, and it's not like I can glue it on or anything. And it's weird. It's weird. Like I even put like hair pliers on there and tried to turn the knob, and it didn't work. So I have to just plug it in and unplug it. It's always something. But I tell you, that thing has lasted me a lot. It's lasted me a while. There we go. Okay. So just pleat, pull that up and work that pleat over. And it's going to be lower than these other ones. You want it to be about the same height as these other ones. And don't you can work this a little bit, but don't work that a whole lot. And this at the end, we can straighten this all up. Okay, so pleat, and it's at an angle too, just like the first one. Okay. And then here in a little bit, we can work on these pleats right there. Like that. It's pretty fun fold. Not too hard. I mean, my first result was wicked, man. I wasn't using I wasn't using sinew on them. I was just, doing this and rubber banding them and going. And then who was it? I don't know if it was Sean Picard or somebody put sinew on them, and I was like, wow, man. I mean, and I was like doing all kinds of sinew. I don't know why I didn't do it, but man, I tell you what, not yet. So just keep your line straight. Try your best to keep your line straight, and just make every pleat the same as your last one. You know, you don't have to bend down. I have my table up on bricks. I like it up high, but I'm having to do a little split here because I want to keep this in camera, and I don't want my bald head. you know, Leaf, what's up, brother? Uh, yes, they did, and I was using bronze. My favorite one was a bronze one that I did, and yeah, it was cool. So you can, work these a little bit, of course, but I wouldn't spend too much time on these outer ones. And of course, come back and do this little piece right here, which is wouldn't be much to do it right now, but it always comes undone anyway. So I just wait till wait till the end. And uh, it's yeah, it's going to turn on you. You can straighten that stuff up. You know what I mean? I mean, look at that. It's not hard. Okay. I just do one last turn right there. I'll crumple that up for a second. We're going to get a rubber band. Leaf, you said you were going to try this fold. We'll see if that'll be good. Trying to be too much of a perfectionist there. So I just use these just office brown rubber bands, nothing major. Put one there. Let's put one anywhere yet. All right, I'm going to step over here. My hands all over the work right there. Okay, there's my fence. Hey, Steph, you remember what I was going to call it when the very first time I did it? I bet you do. You see if you answer. Steph was like, "Don't name it that," but it does. It totally looks like a flounder. It looks like flounder fish. Here's the fin. They're flat. And then we were going to go live and do it. I was going to go live, or you were going to go live, or something. And uh, I didn't know what to call it, so I just let somebody name it. And Amanda said Pleated Prism. And it was pretty cool. It sounded pretty cool and kind of befitting too. So you can use a pair of tweezers. You can use your uh, you can use um, you can use your pleated or your pleating tools that you get from Boredom with Jen that you'll be getting from Boredom with Jen. And, uh, I tell you, they work great. So that and get this straight. That pleat got kind of lost right there. Yeah, there we go. That pleat, that pleat, everything kind of rolls on down. And just let everything kind of hit naturally, you know what I mean? Look, I even wiped my table off and got some dye on that somewhere. If anybody could see that after, oh, you wanna go make another bed, I guess, seeing as how we seem to do that. Uh, that's our new thing, I guess, making bets on my work when we're doing lives and stuff. Uh, that's a pretty nice fold too. I'll take it. Long sleeve t-shirt, I just work it down and then fold it and just bring it right up here. It's been a long time, but man, I tell you the long sleeve shirts look really cool, and they're just as easy too. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. So that'll be the bend. Okay, and maybe I will put some new wrap right there. I on this bend. Okay, so you see how it's flat. It doesn't really wedge. It doesn't wedge up. Like a fan fold or a double fan fold does. It just stays pretty much the same. You just do the exact same pleat as you did the time before. And these little fins stick up. That's why I was going to call it a flounder at first, because it does look like a flounder fish. Um, I try to, because I usually do 2 1/4 increments on my with my roller. And a lot of times I don't like to put any sinew lines over the spin. Sometimes I might have to. That right there, I would have one going right here and one right here. Now I could always stretch it out a little bit, you know, it's not gonna matter. Or I could just cut it in half and put it one right there, right in the middle. And I would be on right here on either side. But that's gonna smash it down. It doesn't look like it would interfere with any of these folds. It might a little bit. I think I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll use this blue marker because I already have black and green. Uh, so I'll do through there, there. See, I already have it marked out on my roller. 2 1/4, 4.5, 6 3/4, 9, and 11 1/4. Makes it easy, you know. And then I have 2.5 for with red, just as a quick thing. All right, and one here, one there, and 7 into, or the one before 7 in, or 6 3/4. Okay, there's that. That's going to be my sinew lines. I have one right here on the tip. I'll just uh I'll just go right before it with my sinew, and I might have to re up on this, and I kind of hope I do. Slip knot, do like a little hoop right there. This is how I do it. Spin it, grab that, pull that. And if you don't want it, you can just pull it and then undo it like that. I like my I like my loose tag end to fall down on this side right there. I already went around it once, and I only go around these twice. I don't want a hard pull. I don't want, predominant white lines like um, on a geode. Okay, you guys can still see me. Let me get, let me put these up. Like that. Did a colander die last night. That was fun. So just go over one time. A few times I put my hand on it. Sometimes here, see how it cinched down on it. That's about how that's about the tightness I want. Right there. About like that. That shouldn't leave a real bright, shouldn't leave a bright white line. But it's tight enough. It's only two wraps, so if I was going to do a white line, white line like a geode or something, then I'd wrap it a couple more times. Try to keep that straight. Okay. That's nice and thin, so it shouldn't take much to saturate that. You know what I'm saying? And I am going to have to re-up, but I'm glad. And that way I can show you how easy it is to re-up your. If it starts cinching up on you, sometimes you just gotta go through. That feels good. It's kind of tight, but I think it'll be all right. I try to get them off to feel the same, that way they kind of look the same. This one's kind of tight, but I think it'll be. But I'll just intersect that. And some dye might go underneath this because there is a little gap underneath there, but it'll be okay. That definitely is. Yeah, I might. That I've done it before. I can't remember the result of putting some new tie over that. Oh, that one pulled great. Wish they all pulled like that, nice and even, no kinking or anything. Okay. Why are you talking about it? Because I'm supposed to speak my mind, aren't I, Steph? Uh, what are you talking about? Okay, this will be the last one for this. Well, what's that? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so my little scissors that came with my, uh, they came with my new caddy. And then these, pruning tools fit in the back like that. Mhm. Yes, I thought I saw those. And then there's another smaller, I don't know where it's at, and it fits right in there nice and good. But I know, I'll put that right there. There it falls right there. Like so. Now we got to put the rubber band right there. Just take that off. To the side. I have my drill here. Now it's just a little bit that fits in, a little hexagonal bit right there. And so it's that rod. And I don't like to put a whole bunch on there because if I am doing something where I have to pull real hard, sometimes it gets down in the canoe itself that I just put on thing and it ended right there, right in the middle. That's it. I mean, easy, man. No messing around. Boredom with gin. Just holler and get some. They're super convenient and she's got great customer service. If you would need it, heck, I've never got anything where I would need to call and ask her to, you know, not to say it doesn't happen, of course. But you just got to be careful with your tools, I mean, just like anything else. But if you had a problem, she would be there to help you out. Jen's great. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little, these little hair rubber band on these loose. See my these kicking in. I'm jumping in places I don't need to even use one yet. So just do another slip knot. I have to open it up so I can see there. It's all on the right side. Yeah, like that. I can just pick up right where I left off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like that. Okay, and cut that off. Make sure you don't cut your shirt. It's soft. Go through all that and you end up snipping your shirt. That's my luck. That is my luck. Okay, I'll take that off. Great. Okay. And just sit that right back in there. All right, not bad. Let me put one, see if that'll, okay, so I'm going to do a little experiment here. Um, because like I said, uh, my other shirt was a little too saturated with black cherry. And I know because I put a lot on it. wish I had I wish I had an example of the tangerine, but if you were on some of these Facebook groups, you'd see my last one that I did. I love the fold of this one. Um, so, and did this one the same. I did it with small pleats, and I think with these all feel about the same. So I'm hoping that I get about the same look, with these sharp feathers and stuff. So I'm going to tone down my black cherry. I'm going to do my black cherry on my sinew lines. I'm not going to do a real wide band because I did a pretty wide band. And when I inclined it, it swallowed it up. I mean, I know better. I mean, we all know better than that. Not that it's bad. It looked great. It's super cool. I mean, for putting folds on a shirt and putting dye on it, rad looking, you know. But we both wanted it to be bright, and it's not as bright as So the tangerine. So what I want to do is put this new black cherry on this new lines um, outside. I'm going to just use my dye. This is my little dye station here. What it is, and you'll see when I take this off. There's so much dye in this stuff. Um, this is a perforated like cookie sheet or whatnot, and I have it sitting over. That's all the dye that falls through. I don't. That's old. I don't. I catch it now. It's as long if I'm doing two colors. Um, I use a piece of paper underneath so I can catch it and collect it. Because I would used to be pretty stupid with my dye and just put it on there and then use a paper towel and let it go through and collect it and whatever. And then Amanda from Wales over in Great Britain, they can't get. It's hard for them to get this dye, and here I am just putting it right down the tubes, and I had to think about what I was doing. So that's actually kind of old, but I have jars of that stuff where I remember wasting like strawberry skies and being dumb. So I'm going to put my black cherry on the sinew lines. Kelly's on. I don't even think she knows I'm live. Let me go up and unlock the door because she's going to want to come down. Put her stuff up. She just got home from work. Hey, so okay. If you heard that, probably did. Cat, man. We have a long-haired cat. It's horrible, man. Oh gosh, I'm like, I am. I, what happened? I was like so far back in chat. Let me look at this. That gone. I don't know why my. Um. Okay. 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 That gone. I've missed a lot of stuff here. Okay. Um. yeah, Okay. The flounder. Yeah. We'll have to look. Okay. Yeah, 3.5. Okay. Um. I need to have that tie-dye chamber and get stuff to come. Yes, I want to do that for sure, Leaf. Um, all that. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yes. dude in New Zealand, yeah, those guys can't. It's so hard for them to get dye. If people like you leave that is kind enough to send them dye and stuff. Okay, so let me get this because Kelly might need my help here for too long. Black cherry tangerine. Um, Black cherry on the new lines, and I'm not going to go overboard with my dye. Okay, let me double check these spoons, make sure they're cleaned off. One for tangerine, one for black cherry. Make sure you get a good grip on your die, especially these pounders, man. So I'm not going to go real heavy. That's good. Yeah. I'm not going to say that everyone. Okay, that's good. I feel better about this one already. Let me turn it the other way here. Anybody cussing me out yet? People were doing that last time. Not really cussing me out, but that one's kind of thick. I have to be careful here. Okay. Some of these are thicker than others. See how that's why every, every ice dye can be different. I mean, some are kind of heavier than the others, and I want to leave that at that. Now what I can do, I'm going to grab a gutter, push this over a little bit. Grab a gutter. This means I just washed it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add this to my gutter. So now that you can see how I do, that's what I do now. That's just computer paper, and I folded it and cut it long ways, and now I use it as to collect it. So that's good on my black cherry there. Now, this is the experiment that I'm wanting to do is put my darker color on my dye station and then put the tangerine on in the gutter so that there's dye sitting in the gutter, and that can kind of help with my center lines with black cherry will hit the center. She wanted bright. Well, that's how I did the original shirt, but I did the last shirt. I did my bands real wide of black cherry, and I'm not going to do that this time. That's just how I did it. So I'm going to let this fall in the gutter, and when we add our ice, it'll help wick up through the bottom. Should. And then I use a little wider, like so. Now it's easy. It'll be easy to overdo with this. You said you right. It's I'm not missing a whole lot out here. I don't want a whole lot of try not to get too much white spots. Mm, I sure hope, old girl, or I mean, I sure hope. uh, Now, sometimes with this little, like the fin type thing, there's going to be some dye go over. And there was a little piece that went over into that. I want to be real careful. I'm not going to mess with it because it's so small. The black cherry. Got a little bit. And this is tangerine. I don't know if I said that or not. So I'm intentionally kind of letting some go over the edge. And maybe it'll kind of, help quick. But I don't see why this wouldn't be brighter than the other one. I wish I still had my first one, but I don't. It was a gift. And I just sent it out actually today. And I was going to say, I just saw some dye go off onto my table. That blue spot that had the dye, that big splotch of blue that came off the table onto my shirt or something. I have to check it out and see if we can see it. So we take that to the end of that one. What do you think? I left plenty of white, so I have plenty of room for that tangerine to move. I do too. I know you love oranges, man. Ooh, you love them, don't you? I do too. I love tangerine. I always have. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more. Probably don't even need it because this is so thin. So that should do okay. Now I don't want to. I think it's going to be brighter than the other one. And we're gonna. I see a little blob. I'm gonna wipe off. So, and I still try to say, uh, everybody will be like, "That is such a good idea. Those sponges." I said, "Leaf Watson's idea. You got a good idea when you got this. You sponges up in there." So I think my short end, and I cut them to fit. Short edge on the flash, like so. Perfect. Okay, so let me grab my ice. I already kind of pulverized it a little bit because I like to. And this is ice that I keep in my deep freezer. You just got 20 pounds of ground chuck. Gotta keep in there too. So I have to be careful how much ice I can make because We get this ground chalk from the meat market. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Let me find a salad bowl here. Yeah. With wiffle ball around. Okay. Get some ice in it. Got it. Pieces. Okay. I'll probably have to add some more. But let me flip here. Okay. And then fourth. I tell you that I never put any dye over that little film thing. We'll see what happens. If there's a little bit of white there, it could be pretty cool, just on that little piece. So I don't want to go too much because I don't want to dilute it or anything. But I did use quite a bit of oil, and this is I'm gonna put some more. Just and I'm not gonna add. Do I want to add any more soda ash? We will see. Yeah, man. He had a. It was a great idea, man. And they wash out. They literally wash out in like 3 seconds, don't they, Leaf? I mean, it's just sponge and it just goes right through. All this stuff's just, I mean, but they literally wash out completely clear in like 3 to 5 seconds. No messing around because I used to use like washcloths at the bottom, or I know Steph uses the cake molds, and I see a lot of people doing different things. Okay, so my rolled edge on the left-hand side, or however you're seeing it, it's going to be up like that. And there's already some tangerine that came out onto my table. So I'm going to incline this. Let me put okay, I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit, just because. I mean, I don't think it doesn't hurt. Just a nice little sprinkle, nothing major. And that's it. So, yeah. Yeah, right. With that much ice, I would sprinkle fast for sure, she said. Yeah. It's not as much as you think. I mean, it is, but I put a lot of dye on there. So we'll see, you know. Maybe that's lessons that I need to learn, that uh, um, of course, so that would be a great experiment too. Um, that's a great experiment. So we can do that anytime. Just fold up a couple shirts and uh, I need to start maybe trying to do that and click my videos down. Like just go ahead and center the shirts, and I need to start doing that. That way, you know, Steph, you have great videos on how to center a shirt. I can just direct them to you. If you need to, in my description, if you need to know how to center a shirt, I can put your link on there. It'd be much easier, huh? and save time because some of these videos are long. Like this one's, who know? I don't know how long this one's running. But anyway, I'm going to incline this. It'll be probably 17 to 20 degrees. I'm hoping for good flow because I did leave some white, a little bit of white space. I'm looking for brighter colors than the black cherry kind of took over on the last shirt. So we'll see what happens. So this is Wednesday. Saturday night. We'll come back and reveal the shirt. So certain colors, mainly purple, I do find that a sprinkle causes some burn. Yes, I know what you mean with purple. Purple, we use that. It almost looks like it's LT or coming up off the shirt a little bit or something. I know exactly what you're talking about. Uh, and Stephanie, yeah, Stephanie says it's not a thing. Dharmas say they've never really heard of it, but um, it does call it's there's something there in the purples. I don't know if it has anything to do with the soda ash. Sometimes I wonder if it's just has something to do with the dye itself, I mean, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like Stephanie was saying, it almost pills up a little bit, you know. Um, so I'm gonna set that up. That was pretty darn good setup there, I'd say. Um, all right. We'll see. I've got dye all over this table, man. So Saturday night we'll come back and check out the reveal. All right, I gotta put this on. Yeah, I do. This is how I run down here. I do. Oh, dang, one of my places for me to do that right now too. And all that. So okay, that is inclining. It's 9:30. Here in like 48 hours, I'll rinse it out. And I know everybody's different, but it stays about 71, 72 down here as of right now, anyway. So I let it go for about that. Sometimes, like I might let it go till Saturday morning, which I probably should. Let's do that. I'll just be patient, let it go till Saturday morning, see what happens, open it up Saturday morning and wash it out, and then we'll do our reveal Saturday night. And there are some other things that I want to experiment with, so maybe do another live after the reveal or something, because I do want to start doing some experiments. And if you guys have any ideas on some things that you'd like to kind of see, like side by side comparisons of things, let me know and I'll try to do it. Um, I want to try. There's some things I want to try. So uh, I missed going live on Veterans Day, so I appreciate all the veterans and I appreciate your service and um, you know laying everything down on the line. So a lot of guys didn't even have to, and they did anyway. So I appreciate it, and I know a lot of other people do too. So let's see, is that so? Go back to live dying, you won't see him. So, no, we don't want to. I mean, if you want to get back to liquid diet, cool. I love it. I love ice dyeing, man. It's so hard. It's not easy to get the results that my mind sees. So um, thanks for tuning in. Um, I always have a good time. I've got some new dye I want to try out. I got some of that cherry smoke. I wanted to use cherry smoke on that shirt tonight because I haven't used it yet, but um, we had already talked. She had already seen the black cherry, so I didn't want to stray from that. You know what I mean? So I do want to try the black or the cherry smoke. I've got some of the Snow Maiden. I just got 2 ounces of Snow Maiden. This is the first 2 ounce container I've had, and I don't know, man. I just buy pounds. You know, I mean, it's cheaper. I might not ever use it, but it's cheaper. You know, so in the long run, just in case I do use it. A lot of times I do, but I do have some old dye. I'm sure we all do. You know, I started wrapping it up with electric tape, black electric tape, just kind of like the way it comes in, just in case because it does get kind of wet down here, and I don't know what that could actually do to my dye. I mean, it's a West Virginia basement. You know, it was made to leak. There's holes in the wall for water to drain through, and then there's like a gutter system that goes around the walls and goes and it all angles down to a drain. It's crazy. When I first saw it and I saw water shooting out, I was like, what in the world? And then we did research and that's what how they did it in the 40s, late 40s and 50s. It's crazy. My sister-in-law, her basement's the same thing. She caulked them off and she doesn't her stuff doesn't leak. I'm afraid to do that. Afraid it'd mess my foundation up, you know. But by the way, I personally loathe liquid dyeing. I was just being snoopy. Uh, looking forward to see what you do with those dyes. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I have stone basement, so it can get wet down here. Now it has to be a lot of rain for it to leak, but we all get it. So days it doesn't want to quit raining. It usually takes days in a row, but that's happened. All right, so I'm gonna go. Kelly got home from work. I'm gonna go chill out with her and maybe get a little bite to eat and stuff. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and following along, and I'm curious to see how this one goes and doing the dark color out of the gutter and then the brighter colors in the gutter and letting that hit and kind of wick up through the shirt, you know. So, which that's going to split and still with it, it's going to there's going to be some flow to that too, you know. I always do my work on that thing. So, um, I was talking with Steph the other night and I did a shirt and it had pretty good saturation doing that. So I wanted to try that. And I needed to do that shirt anyway, redo it anyway. So, oh, Kelly, hello, I miss. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, me too, man. I'm stoked to see it myself. Same time on Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I've been trying to go live around 7 o'clock. I did a reveal early in the afternoon, and there was very little participation, and it just didn't feel right. You can watch it. It's the reveal of the sprinkled on, where I sprinkled the dye on, and yeah, it was just felt weird. It wasn't very long, and so I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. Maybe go live like and do a shirt, but I don't think a reveal. But anyway, I'm going to try to go live Saturday night at 7. I don't think there's anything going on so far right now. So I took a little nap. I'm going to go see if I can't see the Aurora Borealis. I'm going to drive north a little bit, get out dark road and see if I can't see it just because I never have. Um, so you guys have a good night. I'll see you Saturday, probably around 7 o'clock. I'll just try to make it 7 o'clock. All right. And if you go out and party down, do the responsible thing and grab an Uber or call a friend or a family member to come and get you. It's not worth it, man. I've worked with people that have gotten DUIs. It's a life ruiner for some people, man. I mean, it's not worth it. And it's not worth it to the people on the road. All right. So just do the right thing. And I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you Saturday night. All right. Peace out.